All right, so obviously this surge here on Netflix, got to wait for that to play out. This EDU is definitely coming back in below VWAP, starting to be interesting. But one thing to be careful of is just because Netflix is pushing here a little bit, be careful of jumping into this if you're looking to scalp it long. I've seen many times where it'll start to go and just completely reverse. So I'm going to sit tight on it for the first few minutes, see what happens. It may surge a point or two, and if you're quick, you may be able to get a scalp, but I'm going to kind of sit tight on it and wait to see what starts to establish. All right, so Netflix coming back in here. Let's watch to see what happens against the line. I do expect it to hold the line here initially. Apple and Baba, pretty decent pull here. Spies pulling. EDU is just like volume, it looks like. So obviously Netflix pretty strong here. I'm still not convinced though. I'll watch this real close. All right, so I just got short 255. See if we can get it to break here. If this starts to come in, this will be good. I'm going to throw a bid out just above 253. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. Covered 253.10. Covered a third. So let's see what We get this to continue here. Back below this line looks really good. I'm going to cover more at 252. Get some orders out. So we can just be patient with this because this can really fade, guys. That's a big rejection up there. Exactly what I was talking about earlier is, you know, we see these big moves, but they get rejected hard. So there we go. Oh yeah, that looks good. Finally, guys. So let's see if we can get 251. It's starting to look really good here. Retesting the trend line. All right, I'm watching for add back here. See now we reject this trend line. We're definitely getting some rejection here at the trend line. All right, I got filled there, added back. 70, 250, 270. Try to take this back to lows. Take off the add at 251. So 251 next target here. Looking good here, guys. Just need a break. Need a break below the lows. SPY's starting to turn here a little bit. Make sure you have your orders out. This thing will move quick. One more push down. There we go. 251. Took out the ad. So let's see, 250 now is what I'm looking for. $250 is going to be the next spot. Again, make sure you have your orders out. I expect 250 to be kind of a big rejection. All right, so a little bit of a pop here coming. But again, VWAP is in the trend line. You know, we got plenty of breathing room, obviously, so we're short from 255. Plenty of room here. Plenty green. So let's just let this thing work. Very easily, this thing can trend. Give it a few more minutes here, see if we can get another breakdown on it. I would consider a re-add, but we're kind of close to the 250 mark, and I really want to see that break through and then retest that for an ad. Since we've already taken one ad, I'd want to see that take place first. But it does look good here. All right, so I'd rather add back here if we start to reject again. If we do add back here, though, you have to stop out above 253 because it probably will reverse at that point. So we have to be a little bit cautious here, starting to hold a higher low for the third time. And the SPY has just gone bananas. I didn't add back because of that, by the way, because of the SPY. Although it does look like it's rejecting quite well. EDU breaking. So the other way you can look at this is if the market starts to cool off here a little bit and we're still below this 253, it definitely can sell again. So that's what I'm kind of watching. I didn't get filled. All right. All right, guys. So 250, I'm going to take out more from the original. 250 breaks. This has got some really good potential. So we're close. There we go. I'm going to see if we can bust through this 250 here. Then I'll blow out. There we go. All right, I got a good fill there. 249.77. 249.77. So now we're below 250. This thing should be done for a bit. Well, 250, you can see it's kind of the low of this first pullback, or this pullback we had, and it was the low kind of, or close to the low here in the real session. So, and it's a cycle level, right? It's 250. So, if we can continue this, continue the selling, now the market's starting to cool off a little bit. I'm gonna go for a 245 target on this. That'll make it an even 10 points. So I'm gonna try to get that on it. If I have to add back again, I will. But let's just see what happens here. Everyone should be really nicely in the profit here on this one. Even if you had to chase a little bit, you should still be very well off. Awesome, Jeremy. Good job. All right, so we do have the 5-minute 100-day coming into play here. I don't anticipate it's really going to cause too much support. It may be a little bit of short term. And if it gives me an opportunity to add back, size back up a little bit here for a continuation move, then I will do it. So let's just be patient with it. SPY's having a nice pullback here. Dean, so what am I looking for to add? Well, ideally, I'd like to see just back into the 20 VWAP area. So, 252-ish, somewhere in that zone. I don't know that we're going to get back there, though, because the market's starting to pull here a little bit. There's obviously some selling pressure on Netflix. The pops are being sold. So, if we get back there, I'll add. But right now, I'm just going to stick with it. Yeah, I mean, 250 is a spot. Definitely, we wanted to get below that. So, the more we break down here, there we go. Wow. See, now people are throwing in the towel. This actually could turn into some accelerated selling here. SPY really helping us out here. So I can see in the price action, the pops are definitely being sold. SPY's definitely pulling here. That looks good. Apple pull, Nvidia pull. So this probably will turn into a drift. I was looking with that SPY pull we were getting. I was looking for kind of a accelerated move there, but it looked like it was about to start happening, but it didn't. Sometimes what you'll see in those situations, you'll start to see selling start to come in, they'll start to accelerate, and then when you have a move in the market like that, all of a sudden you'll just see a huge dropout. A bunch of orders just hit the market, and that causes that extension move. Brett, what did I see at 255 to get in? So, if we go back and look at that action, you'll see it kind of extend to the upside, and all of a sudden it just got whacked, right? It got sold hard back down. And when you see that type of action, that tells me that there's a lot of selling coming in on it, and it's probably going to continue. And granted, these trades that are above VWAP and above the 20 like this are definitely are definitely more risky. There's no question about it. However, when you have a significant gap like this, um, when you have a significant gap like this, oftentimes what we see is profit taking. And if it's enough at the open, we can try to anticipate that breakdown. So being that it's Netflix today, I wanted to try to do that. So sometimes what you have to do on these is take a little bit of a position when they're above the above support like that, and kind of see if it works, and then you can add to it. This one I took in three ads. They were pretty quick. But I typically like to go in a little bit lighter when we're trading in a range like that. Other than Netflix, guys, there's really not much. Everything else is pretty choppy. I've got to restart my computer here, guys. I'll be right back. All right, still looking good on Netflix. Rejection looks good so far. See if we can hold it. All right, guys, I'm watching for an add back on this. We can reject the VWAP here. All right, I just added back 251.70 short. See if we can get to a full rejection here. So if we start to push kind of near 253, probably going to take it off because now it probably want to try to grind back higher. I'm just keeping a very close eye on the SPY here because Netflix is sitting right at that point where if it gets a little bit of a push, it's probably going to go. So we need to see get it back down below VWAP here relatively quickly. SPY is trying to hold its move back above here. So 253 is a line in the sand. I assume it tries to push it. so I'm out of all the Netflix there. 253.05. We sell back below this trend line here, though. I'll look to get back in. Let's see if this rejection holds here. SPY pull is helping it, so let's see if it holds. Well, all in all, guys, it was a very good trade. When something's working like that, you have to try to get the most you can from it. So I try to add back again, and lost a little bit on the re-add there, but overall was still a very good trade. Took care of at least 3 or 4 days worth of daily goals. So that's good. And if it holds here and the market decides to pull, I mean, I definitely will look to enter this again. So just keep an eye on it.